And this is what I found out. There's always multiple causal factors in every chronic downward spiraling stress-related condition. There's always multiple factors. And here's something, Nick, you probably won't hear much talk about. Those causal factors are having an effect on each other. And that's not even singly measurable in many cases. And that's coming from a guy like what I do now is I just teach lab work and natural protocols. So the HIDDEN became the investigative methodology and system. You just look, those are you can identify this constellation of healing opportunities. The causal factors mostly are healing opportunities. Oh, here's what's really wrong, Mrs. Smith. And you work on all of it at the same time with a holistic lifestyle protocol, DRESS, which is the other half of what we do.
Yeah, I love it. No, I love it. I think that's one of the things that is a flaw in traditional medicine, if you will, is that we look at one thing at a time and try to treat that one thing. But the body is an integrative system, and other things can impact each other.
And people suffer so much because of it. They'll go to a gastroenterologist because they have quote unquote gut problems, and they might even be getting some progress on that and say to the doctor, "Oh, my sex drive, I can't build muscles. I got oh, well, that's an endocrinology problem. Go see an endocrinologist." So they're getting bumped around, and it insurance starts to play a factor, and it's really kind of a mess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Well, you mentioned it really quickly there. The way that you go about helping people improve their lifestyle, or the framework that you guys kind of use, is DRESS, DRESS, which is diet, rest, exercise, stress reduction, and supplementation. I want to start off with the diet one because you kind of mentioned it when it comes to oxidative stress. You said that it's easy to measure mitochondrial function. So I want you to start off by telling us what when you get your lab testing done, what are you looking at to determine your mitochondrial function? Let's start there.
Well, it's not an easy thing to measure. So guess what? There is something really easy. Like again, oxidative stress is really important. So because we can measure it within the cells, so you're getting, what's affecting the mitochondria. And the higher the stress levels, oxidative stress, that's your body basically rusting. We're exposed, it's oxygen, it has an effect. It's good in one hand, but bad if it's too much. And so we look at this breakdown, but also the way people feel and act. I could give your audience right now a very simple explanation. Let's just take for this energy production, you burn fuel. You're going to burn carbs, fats, and proteins, right? And there's different cycles and ways. It's very scientific. By the way, in our course, we teach all the anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry involved. But very simply, if you eat protein, fat, and carb in the right ratio, fuel mixture, in other words, for your metabolic type, your metabolism, your genetic inherited, 500 generation old or 5,000 generations, take your pick, old genetics, you require this specific formula, fuel formula, the right percentage of protein, fat, and carbs. Because you hear people talk about, oh, I'm paleo, or you say even more than that. You have your people who only eat meat, you're carnivores. Well, that might be good for one genetic type because that's what your 500 generation ago ancestors ate. Mostly they were hunter gatherers, they ate meat. But everyone from all over the world had slightly different ratios, and also, by the way, slightly different ratios of the micronutrients, the vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, antioxidants, and trace elements and things like that, phytonutrients. So that's genetic. And if you match it, you'll have high energy, you'll have a good sense of well-being, you actually feel better. You actually feel, hey, improved. You're not irritable and you're not craving things. And then finally, you satiate yourself completely. You're satisfied. And if you're not eating that way, you're going to be craving and irritable and, fatigued and all this stuff. So the fuel mixture, but to diet, to the point that you asked about the DRESS, diet is like so controllable. It's one of the things we can actually fix like real fast.
Yeah.